artifact, whatever it is, right? And it's emitting some sort of some energy or radiation or leaking it out into the water that surrounds Osher. And actually, as the as the maybe the I don't know the water gets it rains out over the continent, you'll see that some of the flora is kind of it's tainted in some way. Maybe not in a bad way, just changed a little bit. So there's a heavy emphasis on Araxium, and you can see that the trees are very. This reminds me of Ashen Vale. Like the trees are, changed, and some of the roots that you'd normally see sticking up out of the ground have these spires of Araxium, and everything kind of, there's glowy elements. Actually, this is all these props are now. And I totally need to rebalance some of the glows and the lighting and get in tune. But don't look at this. Close your eyes. Okay.
You didn't get a second take on that one.
It wasn't catastrophic.
Yeah, I just leave out of frustration. But yeah, you can see this particular area is realistically it might be too prop dense, but it's meant to be somewhat infantry centric, in that you have a kind of a close range fight, and it's a little bit more difficult for vehicles to move around in. But most of the majority of the map is very vehicle centric. But yeah, so the terrain is going to change a lot. Different biomes. We're looking at lush jungles to rebalance some of the glows and the lighting and get in tune. But don't look at this. Close your eyes. Okay.
You didn't get a second take on that one.
It wasn't catastrophic.
Yeah, I just leave out of frustration. But yeah, you can see this particular area is realistically it might be too prop dense, but it's meant to be somewhat infantry centric, in that you have a kind of a close range fight, and it's a little bit more difficult for vehicles to move around in. But most of the majority of the map is very vehicle centric. But yeah, so the terrain is going to change a lot. Different biomes. We're looking at lush jungles and like hot springs, and maybe some environmental hazards. I know. What? You good? Good with environmental hazards?
I'm very good with environmental hazards.
That's the thing. Okay.
I would love to see more environmental hazards in our game.
Actually, Nick recommended it. I was waiting for a reaction, but I didn't.
No,
it's fine.
I just like that because that's obviously a good idea.
But community, it's obviously a good idea. But yeah, this island is, or this chain of islands is, the entire continent is the size of Indar, so the biggest continent. You can see the bastions in the air. The visibility right now is kind of it's freaking out, so you'll see things blipping in and out, but and it's also kind of causing that hitching too. So these conditions are very very similar to live at the moment. Sorry.
Hilarious.
I am hilarious. You are right. So, but yeah, that's Osher in a nutshell. Is we're gonna have an island continent, and you're not gonna be able to start working on like a little cave area.
This looks familiar.
What?
It looks like something from Planetside 1.
Yeah, well maybe no zip lines, but
no zip lines, but still.
Yeah.
Oh, and the Viz is freaking out.
Yeah, no, it totally is. There's not a whole lot. There's not a yeah. It was freaking out before. It's gonna totally freak out in here. Also, there's a bunch of invisible blocks that you can't see that I'm trying to navigate. But yeah, trying to do again more indoor areas, and this is an example of a cave system that is pretty vast. And just again, all the props are placeholdery. So the walls got a little bit glowing, but there's a lot of Araxium going on, and just this stuff seeps through the ground, and it is just touching absolutely everything. So yeah,
all right,
yeah, fun
exciting
stuff. Yeah.
So we're actually planning on being very transparent about the progress of of Osher, and like actually showing it being created as it's being created.
That's a goal.
It's a goal.
At least, yeah. It'd be nice to do some live streaming, just so that I can just show just how much of an effort making a new continent is, and it is a very laborious process, and it's a multi-month process for sure. So so you can if there's still some hang-ups, but I want to get the stream going and show you just after hours, because this is something that I really enjoy doing. I like building out using Terrain Editor, and yeah, yeah,
Cool.
yeah.